Hi, this is Kelly. Welcome to my channel. Today I have 3 Gothic Witchy DIYs for you. DIY number 1, Blushing Nightshade. So I got this little lamp thrifting for $3, and I'm just going to take this post. I've got some black paint mixed with some baking soda, and we're going to dab some texture onto this thing here. And usually when you do this, you're going to have to do it at least twice to get full coverage. These are some heavy-duty napkins I got at Ollie's. They're very thick. They're only 1 ply, but they're heavy-duty. They're like more like fabric. And I started painting the lampshade, but everything I did, that pink pattern would show through when you turn the light on. So we're going to cover it with these strips of napkin. And we're tearing the edges off. We don't want straight cut edges. And we place the first one. We're going to use some Mod Podge and get down inside there and get that started. And once that stays put, we're going to keep adding Mod Podge to stick it down all the way through the inside there. There's already a crease in the napkin. I've managed to line that up with that top edge. And we get some Mod Podge around. Make sure it goes under that lip, and make sure you press when you got something like that, you got to really press it down inside. Come around the top there, and just keep on coming with the Mod Podge and placing it, gluing it down in place. Let's keep on coming. And I've got wide strips, they're only 3 or 4 inches wide. And we're just going to get this thing covered real quick. Come down to the bottom. Press that down and wrap it into the inside to overlap where we started. And the second piece, we're just going to overlap on the edge a little bit and do the exact same thing and continue all the way around. And here it is once it's all dry. The pink pattern still showed through with the light on. So it's like, okay. So now I've got this pink sunset, I believe it's called, chalk paint. And we're just going to go ahead and put a coat of that on. And once it's dry, some of the black shows through, but I like it. It's witchy. I like how it turned out. And the pattern's not showing through anymore. So now I'm just going to take this fancy black lace trim, a little hot glue, and we're going to have this all around the bottom here. We're just going to start, get it where I want it, and just continue around nice and slow, not too much glue. Just keep on wrapping it around until we meet on the other side. And just line it up and trim the excess, and that's all there is to it. I've got these little faux leaves, and I'm going to glue 3 of them around the base of the lamp. And then I'm going to dry brush some champagne gold, little shimmer on the leaves and on the entire base, including the post. Around the side there. Give it a little sheen, a little glam. These are little foam roses. I've got a couple that I painted with black currant and a couple I painted with that same sunset pink. And we're going to glue 4 of these pink, black currant, pink, black currant, going all the way around the base. Just a little hot glue. And once we put the shade back on, this one's complete. You'll see it in the reveal. DIY number 2, the hollow hand. So I got this shadow box at the thrift store, and I just thought it was very cool. The frame on the outside is kind of plastic looking, but this inside piece is like a textured paper. And it's got that little square cut out, and I just love it. So first thing I'm going to do is tape off the glass on the inside. This is Parisian gray, which is a really pretty light gray. And paint the inside frame. Once that's dry, I'm just going to dry brush a little black. And then we'll remove the tape. And you don't really have to do that. You can take a razor scraper and get the paint off pretty easily. Now I've taped the outside of the glass. And this is just some spackle. And I'm going to do the inside edge here. Just kind of a pain in the butt to get that going. And we're just going to add some plaster texture to them, just to the front. I'm not going to do the sides. We'll texture that a little bit by dabbing the paint on instead of brushing it on. And we get that spread on there, and then just keep working it and adding some little swirls and dips and, you know, give it some character. Just keep on going around, and I just keep scraping it off the outside edge to keep a nice clean edge there. Come all the way around and get it covered. Now, just carefully remove the tape towards the center. And it does get messed up in a couple spots, and I just take my finger and tap it back down into place. No big deal. No big deal. And we're going to paint this entire thing with the Parisian gray as well. Parisian gray, however you say it. And I'm kind of dabbing it because it's all that texture. There's all kinds of, you know, divots you got to get down in between. And once you get it on there and let it dry, you're going to see where the white's still showing through here and there. And just keep going over those spots till you get it covered. And on the sides, like I said, the same gray paint, but instead of brushing it smooth, I'm going to stipple it on there. Give it a little texture. And when it's done, the darker color, the original color, shows through just a little bit. And I like that, so I didn't go back with a second coat. So I'm just going to kind of scrape away this little leaf design in the center. And I basically just plucking it off very carefully. And just, see that? We're just going to pluck it away. And we're going to cover that up essentially in the center anyway. So if it's not perfect, so what? And we're just going to seal it with some Mod Podge. And that's all done. Now, I originally dry brushed some pink on that, but we go over that with something else a little later. Then I painted this inside piece with the sunset pink. And now I'm dry brushing Ballet Slipper, a very pale pink, to pick up those textures. And the outside frame, I'm also going to seal that down since it's that spackle. I want to seal that down. And that'll protect it, keep it from chipping too much, you know. It is kind of fragile. You definitely want to seal it really well. And I'm dabbing it just like I did the paint. Make sure it gets down in all the crevices. So now I've got my black flash metallic. And this is a skeleton hand. It was a pair of tongs. And a little hacksaw cuts right through them very easily. It's kind of a soft plastic. And I just cut it off at the wrist. Paint it black, and then we're going to put that metallic. And then we're going to use that same metallic. It's called Black Flash. It's like from one angle it looks gold, the other angle it looks black. It's very pretty. That pink just wasn't doing it for me. Put that aside to dry. I got my little skeleton hand, and we're going to position him in this square here. First, we're going to add just a little pinch of black Spanish moss, just to kind of blend the stump there, as it were. Little hot glue on my hand. Thank you guys for being here with me today. I'm glad to bring you something new. Hope you enjoyed the rerun last week. I had a little more Spanish moss underneath the hand, and a couple more of these foam roses. Same ones I used on the lamp. Got two that are black currant and one that is the sunset pink. And we're going to cluster them on the corner underneath the little square here. Get that in there. And then this is what it's going to look like. Make sure I got it in position. And I'm just going to use a couple pieces of this packing tape to hold this backing in place. And this one's complete. Once I put the background and put the screws back in, there she is. DIY number 3, Widow's Gallery. Now this little frame, I thought this was odd. I got this thrifting as well. So you're just supposed to clip a picture on the front. I mean, what? I don't know. It was still in the plastic wrap. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Like, what? But you know me, I'm going to do something with it. So I got rid of the clip, filled in the hole, and we're just going to go ahead and give it a coat of black chalk paint. And here's the images. I want these showing through the little windows. These are all from the same paper pack I use for my collage. I just love these. I'm going to do some shadow boxes with some more of these skulls, I think. And we're going to go ahead. They're printed on cardstock. And I'm going to put a coat of Mod Podge on the front and the back. Seal them really well. And when you do one side, it tends to curl up. But then when you do the other and it dries, it flattens back out. It's funny how it does that. But this is some cinnamon colored acrylic paint. And I'm dry brushing that. I wanted it to show up. I was thinking about using antiquing wax, but I thought this would show up a little bit better. And the images, I don't add any aging to them because the papers look great like they are. This is a little bit of mesh that I get at Dollar Tree with the spider webs, the glittery spider webs. And I've cut that to fit in to show through the arches in the top. And it's sheer. It's like pantyhose almost. So anyway, we're going to take some Mod Podge and spread that around with my paintbrush here. Come on around. And this is the back. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to cover the whole back with some felt or something when I'm done. And except for that top. I want that to be see-through. Take my brush, it's still wet with Mod Podge, and press it down. Keep on coming around and get it in place. And like I said, this is a mesh. This is... I'm going back over the top with some more Mod Podge, and anywhere I didn't get any underneath, it'll soak through, and it's going to stay. I'll let that dry for a while. Now I'm going to take some tacky glue and carefully go around just the edge of the back of each of these openings and add my images. And this took a little patience. I had to make sure they fit because that, especially the bottom ones, because of where the little ribbon's attached to hold onto the easel. So we're going to get the little skulls in position here. Press him down. And we're just going to keep going around and doing the other three the same way. Yeah, that ribbon at the bottom was kind of in the way. Had to keep trimming and get that one in position. Press that into place. This is just a fun little easy thing. I wanted to do something with this little easel frame, and I'm like, well, I'm not going to use it as intended. I thought that was goofy. Then my little teacup goes in the top. So I've got a piece of black chiffon ribbon and a couple pieces of strips of cloth that I stained with tea. You just get some tea bags boiling and drop your fabric in there and stain it. It comes out really nice. Some people use coffee, but I didn't have as much luck. The tea worked much better for me. And we're just going to tie it in the center with some twine. Figure out where I want it. We don't want it to hide the images. And I got this little glittery spider, so I'm just figuring out where I want to place everything. Little hot glue. Because I wanted it kind of cocked over to the left because it can, cover up the top edge of the picture with the teacup without covering up the teacup. I didn't want it to hide those skulls. Add some hot glue to my glittery spider. He was kind of hollow. I filled it in with hot glue earlier to give it, the contact area there. And there we have it. And here's my reveals. Here's the lamp with the lampshade. I just love this. It's so simple and pretty. Love it. And here's my little shadow box. The light is not doing it much justice there. And my little frame. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I'm so glad to bring you something new. Don't forget to like and share and all the things. Bye.